Hey legacy traders, it's Tim, the head trader and founder of Option Legacy, helping you build a legacy through trading. So this video is all about updates in 2019. It's here. It's over, or the holidays are over with. Maybe all of your family that came has gone. You've exchanged your gifts, and hopefully you're getting your house cleaned up and maybe taking some Christmas decorations down or not. But let's talk about what's going to happen with Option Legacy in 2019. So if you've been around Option Legacy for any amount of time, you know that we value simplicity. Always looking to simplify the process so that you, the trader, can continue to build a legacy and do it easier and easier and get bigger and bigger results. So we're going to continue to focus on that. So the three core values of Option Legacy is transparency, community, and growth. And so what we want to do is we want to really continue to dive into those core aspects of Option Legacy, but then also we want to do it in a way that's simple. So we're going to be focusing on three things this year in 2019. What are those three things? Well, I'm glad you asked. Before I break down those three things, I want you to wait until I get to the end of them because there's some exciting news on both Jesse's part and my part that I'm going to break down with you. So, but what are those three things that we're going to focus on for simplicity? We're going to focus on creating blog written form content. What this will do for you as a trader is it will become a library of content for you to dive into and to be able to get knowledge and resource. Now, if you're a legacy trader and you have access to the course, you already have access to premium content. But what if you're not a legacy trader? You haven't enrolled in the course, you're not a student. Then this library will add value to you by giving you topical information week in, week out on different pieces that you'll be able to pull from. It'll be absolutely free. So we're going to be launching that for you guys to again create a resource to add value. So that's number one. Number two is we are going to continue to focus on Friday market recaps. Now, not all the time are they on Friday, they're over the weekend, but what are these Friday market recaps? They are the behind the scenes information or access to the literal trades that we put on. So they show you every trade that we put on, that we've closed out, why we entered into it, why we exited to, the results that we got. So that transparency piece comes in there. And then for our Suzy Trade Alert subscribers, those are people that are enrolled to our Trade Alert service. You can get access to that by going to optionlegacy.com/Suzy Alerts. And we're going to continue to break down the rationale of our mindset of every open trade that we have. So if you're looking and following along or you're continuing your education with Suzy Alerts, you'll be able to see and understand what we're trading, why we're trading, and what we're thinking behind the scenes. So we're going to continue to focus on that because we've gotten so much positive feedback. Thanks, guys, for the Friday market recaps. So we've got blog posts, creating a library of a source of information for you guys. We've got Suzy Alerts with the Friday market recaps. And then number three is we are going to focus on, and I'm really excited about this, we're going to focus on mindset, about personal growth. I talk about it all the time, but trading is 90% mindset and 10% action plan. So if you do not have the right mindset, the right growth mindset, if you're not transforming the way that you think, continuously improving the way that you think and perceive about yourself and understand of who you are, then you will not build a legacy. It's the same reason why that you can give a poor man $1 million that won the lottery and he will be poor again in the next year. The reason why is not because he didn't have access to resources, but because he didn't have a strong mindset. See, each one of us have a unique purpose, a destiny, and a calling on our lives that the Lord's put on each one of our lives, and it's up to you to discover that. I can't discover your identity. I can't discover your strengths and your opportunity areas, but I can help give you resources to grow in that. So I'm really excited about that piece. There's a saying that says if you take the wealth from all of the richest people in the world and you distribute evenly amongst every person on the globe, that wealth would be back in the hands of the richest people within 5 years. And again, it's not because that every person on the globe doesn't have resources. It's because they don't have the mindset. So I can't wait to help dive in with that, with you on that around mindset and growing in that piece. And then I heard this statement. I want to drop some value here. So should I drop some value and then share the big announcement? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so here's some value for you, but stay tuned because I've got a big announcement coming here soon. I was talking with a friend, and we were talking about Jesus, and we were saying, hey, what does it look like to sustain hunger for the Lord? And many of you know that I love Jesus. I'm a follower of him. I'm passionate pursuing him. But let's be real. Sometimes life gets in the way, and I kind of feel like that my pursuit and relationship with Jesus gets on autopilot. I'm sure many of you have been there, and maybe if it's not with the Lord, maybe it's in work or in business or a relationship with your spouse, and you kind of just feel like you're coasting along. Now, we all know we're all called to leave an impact and to live life fully and to impact those around us with the legacy that we create. Now, will autopilot do it? Likely not. So how do you stay hungry? Well, hungry people just get more. Have you ever met someone that's like, man, they're hustling and they're going, they just get more. So how do you sustain hunger? And I said, I don't know. He asked that question, my buddy. He asked the question, how do you sustain hunger? I said, I don't know. But if I had to take a shot in the dark, I would say these two things: community and culture. Community and culture. It's kind of like this. Picture with me. My mother-in-law, my wife's mom, she's a phenomenal cook. I've had some of the best food experiences in my life from her cookings. But let's say this. I come over to her house and I don't know that I'm hungry. She's in the kitchen cooking something up amazing because she is hungry. I walk in and I walk into her house, her community, her culture, her environment, and I smell the food that she's cooking. Before I entered, I wasn't hungry, but as soon as I entered into her community, her culture, I smelled her food that she was cooking because she was hungry. I become hungry. So community and culture, we can gather this hunger through community and culture. But my buddy said this, and it blew my mind, if you want to say this. He said, Tim, I believe that hunger is bred by discovery. I said, that's a new thought. That's a new thought. So I said, tell me more about that. And he said, well, think about it. Whenever you met your wife, Amanda, why did you, continue to pursue her? And I told him a little bit about the story. When we first met, we sat in an apartment that literally had no furniture, had a microwave, some coffee mugs, and some tea bags and running water. And we sat on the ground. And I said, hey, would you like something to drink? I've got water, or I can microwave some tea. And we sat there and talked for 2.5, maybe 3 hours. And it felt like I knew her instantly, but, we just met. And it was that moment that I discovered who she was that said, man, I want to know more about this young lady. And then I pursued her. Can I get your number? We're talking. And we went on future dates. And then here we are 6.5 years later, and we're married, and we've got a 2.5-year-old little person. So how did I have that hunger? It was to pursue my wife. It was through discovering who she was. And then I said, wow, that's a cool thought. That's new to me. Now I've got to ask, what breeds discovery? He said something that was interesting, and I was like, I don't know if I agree with it, but he said this. He said, I believe discipline breeds discovery. I was like, does it really? Because think about it, whenever I first met my wife, I wasn't disciplined in pursuing her, but I was still discovering who she was, and that was leading to hunger of pursuit for her. So I challenged him and I said this, and so I've come to this conclusion that I want to share with you. I believe that discovery comes from two pieces. Sometimes it comes from delight, passion, or success. Delight, passion, or success, where you're feel good. So when I was with Amanda for the first time, I felt great about who I was. I was excited to be with her. It was really fun and enjoyable. Maybe you've started your own business, or maybe you've taken a few trades and you've gotten a little bit of success and you're like, wow, this is great. That little bit of success, that delight can breed discovery. Discovery breeds hunger, and hunger breeds success. So I presented that, then talked about, well, now Amanda and I have been married 6+ years, and sometimes that delight and discovery, that delight, that good feeling isn't always there. So how do I continue to discover her? Well, that's when discipline comes in. So whenever the delight fades, that's normally on the front end of any experience. If it's your trading journey, if it's business, if it's relationships, if it's your walk in faith, whenever that delight, that pleasure piece ends, then it's up to discipline to follow through, to breed discovery that breeds hunger. So what do I mean by that? Whenever Amanda and I, we're not in our honeymoon phase anymore. We're at this place where we are, we're diligently pursuing one another. We're in marriage where we say, hey, I'm going to continue to pursue this. And so what does that take? That takes discipline on my part to say, hey, what are we, what's going on with you today? How's your heart? Let's go on a date. What are you excited about right now? And being disciplined in asking those questions. And in trading, it's the same way. Maybe you have that pleasure and delight. Maybe that's faded away. Now it comes up to discipline, where you have to put what you've learned into practice, and you discipline yourself, or you choose to take those actions because of the discipline that you have. That leads to discovery. That breeds hunger. Hunger breeds success. Is that cool? Is that cool? I would love to know your thoughts or hear your thoughts. So go ahead and drop them in the comment below, or respond to an email, however you're accessing this video, and let me know your thoughts about that. But here's some big news, okay? So first off, you might have heard, but Jesse Ball and his wife is also named Amanda. We both married Amandas, blonde California girls. They are expecting their first little baby. So here's a picture. Take over the screen now. That is their little baby announcement. The baby will be coming soon in 2019. So go ahead and shout out to Jesse Ball and give him a congratulations. Let him know he's loved. And if you're a parent, maybe of a young person, or they've already moved out, throw out your best parenting tips. And then announcement number 2 is my Amanda and I are expecting our little person number 2. So we have a 2.5-year-old. His name's Asher. And then now in July, the 1st of July, we're expecting baby number 2. So here's a picture of our announcement. How exciting, I know. So just wanted to share with you guys, I'm really excited about 2019. I would love to hear what you're excited about in 2019. Here at Option Legacy, we are passionate about equipping you to be a phenomenal trader so that you can get phenomenal results, so that you can build a legacy and be all that you're called to be, and go and do what you're called to do in this world, which is truly living a legacy. So please, please, please don't let this be a one-way conversation. Reach back out. Just send an email or a comment and say, hey, these are my thoughts, or this is what I'm excited about in 2019. Anything, or just great video, or any suggestion, anything like that. I would love to hear from you guys as we continue to build culture and community, which leads to a legacy. I can't wait to see you in the rest of 2019. Till then, I'll see you in the next video, and let's build that legacy.